started with 10. Survivors ready, go!
Come on, we got this!
That's easy. There you go, that's how you do it. All right, you're still in this.
I've meditated. I'm dangerous.
Idiot! Woo! Castle, the tribe is spoken.
I hate life about as much as a normal man, I guess.
Tanisha wins immunity!
So I'm gonna win. Well, if I'm not worried, it's cool.
Keith, the tribe is spoken. Survivors ready, go!
My strengths will be adapting to whatever happens. I just hope they don't hate me.
Will this do it for Gene? Gene wins immunity. Aye. Yep, the tribe is spoken.
I am scared to throw up.
This is called silkworm pupa. 1 century egg. Reagan wins immunity.
I drove 2.5 hours to win.
You gonna finish that? Alyssa, the tribe is spoken. This sucks.
Everybody's beatable. Anybody could win here.
Gene drop.
I'm just gonna do what I do best and just push pedal to the metal.
Reagan drops. Lena, you have 1 individual immunity.
We're not gonna play around.
The 5th person voted out of Survivor at Reef. Floyd, sorry.
That's okay.
Floyd, the tribe is spoken. Everybody getting a little bit dizzy on this one. Oh my God!
I'm a watcher and an observer.
Gene wins immunity.
Fingers crossed everything stays good.
The 6th person voted out is Lena. Lena, I'm sorry. Need you to bring me your torch. Lena, the tribe is spoken. Only 4 are left.
I'm determined. I don't play to lose.
I think I'm gonna win because I can connect with people. I am ready to slay.
I don't know that I'm going to win. Once we get into some of the competitions, if I do how I think I might, I could be seen as a threat.
I'm gonna win because I'm really competitive. I feel like my competitive nature is gonna come out. I just hope it doesn't burn me.
It ends tonight. Welcome to Survive Indiana and welcome to Survive Wrath Reef. 12 hours, 10 people, 1 survivor.
The only way it would have played out better is if Keith would have went all the way with us.
They weren't real strategic. They weren't out. Didn't seem like they were making alliances or anything. You can't win this lone dog in it. That's what they were doing.
I've been trying to be careful because I don't want them to get worried. So I've just been keeping quiet, but it could hurt me as well. You know, like Floyd said, not speaking up, not saying something, not going with someone is going to hurt me.
I said, well, if I flip, I was like, that's done. I was like, then if I don't win the next challenge, it's obvious that I was like, but I had to say something to make them feel comfortable.
Oh no, I straight up lied to them. I literally straight up lied to them.
Hopefully me being clutch and like literally saving our alliances like in the beginning will help me in the long run.
Otherwise you were going to get blindsided. Straight up. Like
I won't forget that.
I feel pretty good about where I am in the competition now. We've got a pretty strong alliance. What's really bad now is we have to turn on one of our alliance, but it started with 3 of us, and we've made a pact that us 3 are going to make it to the end, and I'm hoping that's the way it goes, and we're going to stick to the plan.
I was so glad I told you to do that because that literally changed everything.
It did.
They would have had the majority and they would have probably picked us off.
I wonder why they went for me first. I figured they would have saw Gene as more of a threat to me.
They eventually wanted you.
Is that what it is?
The best man's truly going to prevail, or woman for that matter.
I mean, we've literally controlled the boat.
Every single
nearly the whole game.
I'm so hungry. Where's the bananas?
Good luck, everybody. Not just personal from here on out. How bad do you want to win?
Welcome, Final Floor. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
All right. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. Gene, I'll take it back from you. How do you feel about another doozy? When I say go, race over the first rope barrier and toward the sawhorses where you will untie your bags of beanbags. Once untied, stand behind the sawhorses and throw your beanbags to knock your cans that are on your table off of your table. When you have knocked all of your cans off of your table, race behind your side of the table and find your key that is attached to the back of one of your cans. Once you have found your key, race to your box. Use your key to unlock your box and retrieve the puzzle frame that is inside. Take your puzzle frame back and place it on your table. You will then race to the final set of sawhorses and untie your bag of puzzle pieces. You will then attempt to assemble your puzzle inside of your puzzle frame. The first contestant to correctly assemble their puzzle wins individual immunity, guaranteeing themselves a spot in the final 3. This challenge is brought to you by Mart. For immunity and a guaranteed spot in the final 3. Survivors ready? Go! Over the rope barrier and to their beanbag. Alright. You gotta stand behind the sawhorse and throw your beanbag. No, has a couple of his cans down already. So does Gene. Gene is done and is looking for his key. Jay only has 1 can left. Gene has his key and is getting his puzzle. Don't give up, everyone. The puzzle is the great equalizer. Reagan has a big hit there. All right, Shay out getting the puzzle frame. 3 cans on one side and 2 cans on the other. Gene's getting his puzzle. Lord. Doesn't frame back. Head out and get your puzzle. Reagan down to 1 can. Snow has 2. So close. Both of them are close. Alright, now Shay is working on her puzzle pieces. Got the bags down. Gene has his puzzle pieces and is headed back. Alright. Snow has all of his cans knocked off and is looking for that key. Reagan's just got 1 can to go. Snow has his key and is headed out for his puzzle frame. So close, Reagan. Snow has his puzzle frame and is heading back to the table. Snow heading out for his bags of puzzle pieces. Gene is working on the puzzle and so is Shay. You got it, you got it. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. No, now working on the puzzle. Reagan hits the last can off and is going to get the key. Just 4 pieces in this puzzle, separating one of you from the jury and one of you from the final 3. Here comes Reagan with the bags of puzzle pieces. When you think you have it, call out and I will check it. Check. Incorrect, keep going. Check. Incorrect, keep going. Check. Incorrect, keep going. Tough one, save it for the end for a reason.
Puzzles are not my strong suit, man.
You would be right. Just keep rotating until it fits. Check. Gene wins immunity and is moving on to the final 3.
What was it?
My gosh.
Gene, the most important immunity necklace of the day. you will be moving on to face the jury. Guys, grab your stuff and head back to camp. We'll see you soon.
Good game, guys.
Yeah, that was mine to lose, and I lost it. I really sucked. I was disappointed in myself. I did not win the puzzle challenge, and I was really hoping that's what would get me the win. That's not the puzzle I was hoping for.
I don't know if just having no food was getting to me. No, I just couldn't see it. I feel kind of embarrassed. Those people couldn't even get a triangle. I feel so stupid.
What are you looking for? A little scrapey baby?
The puzzle really got me crazy. My brain is mush now. If I gotta make fire,
I don't think you're gonna be.
I think there are enough jury members mad at them to let me win.
Well, that flint does you no good.
Yeah, really.
Reagan didn't attempt to talk to me. I don't think I have much of a chance this time.
That's kind of pointless.
It started off me, Gene, and Reagan, and we told ourselves, we were going to go for the final three. We brought Shay in. Hate to see her go, but that's been the plan. Did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. Snow came up to me and said he and Reagan said Shay. Still think Shay? Vote Shay?
That's where I'm at with it. Me, you, and Reagan started this.
Yeah.
We brought Shay in.
Yeah, we did. You're right. She's a physical challenge and she's a mental challenge. Like, she's a good competitor. I feel bad. I like her. She's a good competitor.
Yeah.
She's smart. She approaches the game very logically. She is a good talker. She's persuasive. She'd probably be able to sway some of the council to vote for her to win it. If she was going to make a move, when Floyd and Lena approached her, that was the time to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be 3-3.
That would have only made it 3-3, but you never know.
Gene is safe. The rest of us are up on the chopping block.
I'm prepared to make the vote. There's no hard feelings. I'm just glad to be making it to the final four, and then if the plan goes to plan, then I'm glad to make it to the final three like we planned at the very beginning. And I don't have a problem losing any one of the rest of you guys now.
Yeah, same.
Gene and Reagan both, they both won challenges. They've both shown that they could be fierce competitors, so they're both really, to me, equal amount of challenge.
If it's a vote, we're still good with voting Shay.
Yeah, exactly. If it's something else, we'll just roll with the punches.
Yeah, we'll just go with the punches, and whatever happens, happens.
I kind of feel like I can maybe talk my way into some votes. I know there's some feelings over there. I don't feel like I did anything to undercut people, but you never know how folks feel. Like, folks could feel betrayed, whether you did something intentional or at all.
We made it to the end.
I'm quite happy the way it ended up.
I hope we don't have to make fire. I'm definitely concerned. I'll just go out with a bang, I guess. Go to tribal council now. Take your torches and belongings.
Snow and I have the only two that haven't worn one. That's all I got. Are you walking in with that?
Sure.
Oh, God.
Why not? We done ruffled some feathers.
I'm immune now. I'm in the last three.
Gene has one hella immunity challenges. I feel like that's not the game, though. If I don't win, he might win. I mean, I vote for him if I was in the jury.
Come on in, everyone. Welcome back. How's it feel to be almost done?
Great. Feels great. I can't wait to eat.
All right. Well, this tribal council is different. Congratulations, Gene. You're safe, and you will face the jury as a member of the final three. The rest of you will have to earn your spot at the final tribal council. The three of you are here for the fire-making challenge. How confident do you feel about your ability to win this challenge?
Well, we tried to make fire earlier and we succeeded nil. So, yeah, really good. Really, really good.
Gene, you've already made it. You have nothing to worry about at this tribal council. Unless you feel the need to compete in this challenge. Let me be clear, you may give your immunity necklace to someone else, thus granting them immunity. If you choose to do so, you will no longer be immune and you will compete in the fire-making challenge to earn a spot in the final three. The choice is yours.
It's a weight off your shoulders to know you don't have to get voted off, but then to give it away to then compete in another competition is a different ball game. I feel like if I gave it to one of the others goes to the council and now it's got some feelings about me, and I don't want that. But if I keep it, then am I selfish? I don't know. I did earn it. I think I'm gonna give it to Reagan.
Okay. Reagan, you just advanced to the final three and you will face the jury. Now the fire-making challenge will be Snow versus Shay versus Gene. Let's go. When I say go, you will use your supplies to build a fire. The first 2 contestants to build a fire strong enough and high enough to break through the string will become the second and third members of the final 3. You're all about to prove why you deserve a spot at the final tribal council. Survivors ready, go. Yeah, starting with a coconut puff. So is Shay. Fire's already started, but will it last? Gene's string is already on fire. Snow's starting to get a little something going. Gene has quite the blaze. Gene has broken the string and is moving on to the final 3. Snow's got a little something going. Alright, starting to catch up here. Snow string is on fire. A little bit of sparks on Shay's string. 2 different strategies here. One's a long-term fire and one's a quick burning fire. We are close. Somebody's string is about to break. It is on fire. Snow has broken his string and is moving on to the final 3. Good job, Snow. Snow has broken his string and is moving on to the final 3. Unfortunately, Shay, that means that you've become the final member of the jury.
I sucked at fire earlier, so of course I would suck at fire now.
Shay, the tribe has spoken. Thank you. All right, final 3. Get ready to face your jury. This is the point in the game where you either catch the last wave or the last break in the wave breaks you. Grab your torches, head back to camp. The jury will see you soon.
It was mine to lose. Commend Gene for giving it up. I thought he might give it to Snow. I didn't think he'd give it to Regan. Obviously, there was something there that I didn't see, so like I said, if they could have voted, I feel like it was gonna be me anyway. Didn't win a single thing. Wanted to win everything. Didn't win a single thing.
We should grab everybody, like, advice aside, boys hat.
I don't feel like I'm
Think
going
of
to be the
something.
one to win anyway.
You
I
don't?
feel like it's going to come between you 2. To be honest with you, I'm just hoping that they see that, you know, I played the game. You know, it may not won any challenges, but I was competing hard, and I don't think I ruffled any feathers along the way. I'm just happy to make it to the final 3. To be honest with you, I really wasn't confident going into that fire at all.
Gene, you have nothing to worry about at this tribal council, unless you feel the need to compete in this challenge.
If Stevie hadn't have asked me, the thought wouldn't have crossed my mind. But when he said it, flipping back through my head, like, if I gave this to someone, who should I give it to? I think I'm gonna give it to Reagan.
I was not expecting Gene to do that for me, but I think that like really goes to show like how good of a social game I was playing.
I think Reagan's gonna win.
I don't think I'm gonna win. I think you're gonna win. Especially after that move you just did. That was crazy.
Yeah.
The 3 that are there are the 3 that are here for that reason.
Keith was the only person put my name down.
I wanted Shay to win, and she's not in. She's sitting next to me talking about turtles. I think it would be funny if Gene didn't win. He's been winning this whole time. Let's get rid of him. Let's not let him win. Let's not give him no money. Let's make him go home sad. Let's make him go home angry. I'm saying that we give him no votes. I'm not voting for him.
I feel bad about the thing. Bro really got blindsided bad.
Can you remember who the final 3 are? Reagan, Gene, and Snow, you played a great game. I wish you the best luck.
The full-on plan come together. All 3 of us made it.
It literally worked.
Same 3 of us that planned it, or same final 3. So we still ended up at the same destination.
I literally
that was
knew
the plan.
as soon as I saw y'all. As soon as I met them 2, I knew what time they was on. I knew they wanted to kind of play the game and like get into it.
The purple team was kind of a united front, but I was shocked that Gene gave up his immunity.
I honestly just felt real good about the fire. I mean, if you have kindling and matches, it's easy to get a fire started.
I love the drama of giving away your immunity necklace, but it really wasn't anything anything more than symbolic to me because we already knew you're going to beast mode that fire challenge.
Gene won more immunities than anybody else. I think he's won 3 today.
I feel like I've got people over there that would vouch for me and vote for me to win it, but it wouldn't shock me one bit if Reagan got a lot of the votes. If it's not me, I think it'll be Reagan.
I had so much fun. Yeah, I would totally do this again.
I would too. I was thinking that myself.
No matter what happened, I still like everybody, you know, it's just my personality. I feel like they all played hard.
Last girl standing. I definitely didn't think I would make it this far. I'm pumped to win an individual immunity, be given one. That's kind of lit. The fact that I even made it this far, like whatever happens, happens, honestly. I really am so cool. I've been having the time of my life. Hopefully I can just prove to them I played a pretty good and decent game. Pretty honest for the most part.
Who did you like, who and why?
Well, I go back and forth of who I'm voting for. Gene played a really good game. Snow did well. Reagan won the food challenge.
I have to teeter in line. Some people might be more on the emotional side and some people might be on the strategic side.
No matter who wins, I've enjoyed my time here with everybody. It's been a blast.
All you Survive Indiana fans out there, hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be a winner.
Welcome, Final 3. Welcome to your final Tribal Council. All of the power in this game has now shifted to the jury. Before we get to that, I'd like to start with opening statements from each of you.
I had a really fun time playing this. I think I like all of you guys. I feel like if we ever got like one-on-one, just talked, we'd all get along really well. We gelled really well at the start, and so taking that to the end was our plan from the start, and we stuck to that, and I feel like we executed it really well. Floyd, I heard what you said, and it made a lot of sense. You made good points. Vote with your strategy, whoever you like. I'm not going to take it personal. It's all strategy, it's all game, it's all fun. So we'll hug it out at the end, whatever it is.
Thanks, Gene.
So I don't usually do things like this, and I'm not a very social person. So to get out here and be around all you guys, and I feel like I've made some friends along the way. I hope I didn't rub anybody the wrong way or ruffle any feathers, but like you said, we had a plan. We stuck it out. We rode it through. You know, loyalty to our team has got us to the final 3. You know, just hope you guys understand that. You know, there was no malice intended. We was just trying to win, trying to get here. So.
Thanks, Snow.
Hey. So I definitely had a great time. I've loved this game for as long as possible, and also I love connecting and getting to meet people. I felt like everybody played really well as they could. I just tried to analyze what was kind of the best situation for me to get to where I need to get to right now, which was ultimately in this spot. And I wanted to do it as best as I could without hurting people's feelings or backstabbing them or making them feel like, you know, we weren't playing a strategic game, which, you know, I'm more than happy to prove that. I ultimately just wanted to make meaningful connections with people to get me to this spot, and I felt like I did that, and I'm really happy no matter what the outcome is.
Members of the jury, it is your turn now. Who would like to go first?
Get your good side.
If it hadn't been a fire challenge and it came down to us having to vote, would you have given the necklace up?
If it was a vote and he had said you can give it up, I probably would not have given it up, just to protect myself and get myself here.
Who would you have voted for or against, basically, had we had to vote instead of McFire?
I was planning to vote for you, Shay. Sorry.
Same question.
Reagan had done me a solid earlier. Me and Gene had been aligned from the get-go. You know, we brought you into the alliance after we'd already made ours. Our plan was to be the final 3, so my vote would have been for you 2.
Yeah, literally same. We made that alliance pretty early on, and that was always kind of the game plan.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I will. Since you got the necklace handed to you, what do you want to tell the jury to prove that you're still worth being in that spot? Because I don't want you to not have a chance to defend yourself saying it was just handed to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I was the catalyst for the reason why the other tribe started to go down after the merge. I knew that Snow had the immunity idol the whole time. So I knew we could get the numbers on our side. I knew that y'all wanted to vote for Snow, so I knew that it would flip it. Individually, I was always like, you know, I'm trying to win the challenges. I'm not just sitting there like not trying to, being like, oh, I just have this team and this alliance. I was out looking for idols. Even though I had a little bit of security in my alliance, it was never enough security for me. Nothing was ever enough. So it was like, what can I do to kind of get me to here? If that means I gotta lean on my social game, then I just gotta do that. If I gotta, you know, shove an entire egg in my mouth and swallow it, that's just what I gotta do. But I knew in that moment, like, I was just like, I need to win because I didn't feel safe. And there were lots of moments where I didn't feel safe. Like, even with, like, I had to trust them, and, you know, they didn't give me any reason not to trust them, but you're still thinking in the back of your head, like, ooh,
yeah,
maybe they're gonna flip on me. And there was a couple of times where I was like, maybe I should, like, you know, maybe I should get you before you get me type of deal. You just never know. So I just trusted my gut that, you know, I was just gonna be okay just with that.
And then the other two, if you were removed and it was the final two, which of the other two would you vote for?
As far as earning it, you know, what he did show some gusto by just giving up that and going out there and competing for that final challenge. So to me, I have to give him that vote because he had his chance to be sitting here scot-free, and he chose to go out and compete for his spot. You know, my vote would have been for you.
Thank you. We've got along really well the whole time here, besides the tattoos and the prison time, and we've clicked really well. So I'd want the one I've kind of clicked best with to win.
Good game to all you, though. So.
Thank you.
All right, Keith.
Hey, Gene. What was the weakest part of your opponent's game and of your game?
So I knew before I came here I was not going to do the food challenge. And now I'm starving. Like, I'm starting to shake. I need food.
What about for the rest of y'all?
I think the weakest part of the opponent's game was that nobody else really seemed to form an alliance. It made it very easy for us to start picking people off one at a time, and that's really kind of how it went down.
My weakest point in my game is definitely some of the challenges. Like, I'm definitely proud of myself for getting through that food challenge, but like some of the other ones, your girl was struggling. I never gave up, always tried. And I'm really proud of myself for that, honestly. My mom didn't raise a quitter.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
As a Survivor fan, I want to watch, like, people have, like, really well-defined storylines.
Sure.
Did the thought of you guys being seen as a unit not terrify you when we were voting on individuals? Like, what part of your brain was going through with that?
We wanted to be 4 strong at the end, and I'm glad it didn't come down to a vote at the end, because that would have been, I would have hated to vote for Shay. Mm-hmm. If I'm playing this with players that are scheming and trying to play others against each other, I'm probably out. Like, I admit, like, I'm here on the strength of my team, and that's a primary reason that I'm here.
We knew, you know, at the end of the day, that based on whatever situation fell, that we would have each other's backs, you know, and if, you know, say Shay had wanted immunity or something that last challenge, we knew that one of us would have to vote for the other, you know, ultimately.
I guess I need to put some clarity. My point of the question was, were you not afraid going into a final 3 that it's hard to tell your guys' game apart?
Yeah, I got you.
What part of your game was actually defined as an individual winner? Because right now, you guys have been talking about unity. Well, you're trying to sell us on a winner, but where was the game-defining moment? I haven't heard a good answer yet about who's the strongest of the 3 yet. I want a soul winner. I want someone that has a game-defining moment that they can specify to me and articulate to me why they deserve it, not just, oh, we steamrolled to the end and tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk still squirts now.
This doesn't work in my favor, of course, but then if you want to put a solid winner out there, then you got to go on accolades. And he won more challenges than anybody else here. If you have a problem picking because we steamrolled here, then you have to look at what each person done. She won 1 challenge, he won 3. I didn't win any. I was consistent, but I wasn't winning. So there's your answer right there. He's the strongest competitor.
It's a good question, though, because if we don't distinguish ourselves, then what do you guys have to vote off of? So that's a fair question.
That's where I was trying to navigate.
Yeah, because it's not all about challenges.
No, it's definitely not all.
Social game, too.
I leaned into those social relationships. I could have easily flipped on them. I just didn't think it was good for my game in that time, but could have flipped, didn't. I was always trying to play. We've had conversations. Like, I was always still kind of trying to get it. I guess I just, like, was having a hard time, like, feeling that energy back a little bit, like whether or not it was actually gonna happen. Y'all know I was definitely willing to like at least hear some stuff out and like try to get things in motion.
The social stuff, I feel like, is something I tried to key on once I felt comfortable in the alliance. I feel like there are 3 or 4 or 5 of you that I had good conversations with. Keith, I think, hates me probably, but Keith, I love talking to you in the woods back there. You're like 2 years older than my son, man. I saw you kind of like hey, we got some things in common. We get along. Matthias and I talked a while and shared about our families. We got a lot in common. Floyd, you and I talked a lot too. So hopefully that comes across as, I don't know, genuine.
I'm just asking questions so y'all can tell your story.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows your buddy. You're asking about families, and then you're maybe voting against them. You know, that very same hour.
Thank you, Final Three, and good luck. Jury, when you approach the voting booth, you will be writing down the name of the person who you want to win. For the last time, it's time to vote.
My feet are killing me. Because these things are heavy.
Love those shoes. I thought it was the coolest thing.
I think it's obvious. Sorry, didn't want to ruin the suspense.
The anticipation's killing
the
it.
anticipation. I'm over here like,
you're gonna win.
Yeah, you already know it's you.
You're gonna win.
No. Based on likability, it's you. Based on accolades, it's him.
All right, Final Three. Jury, thank you all for such a great game and such a great day. It all comes down to this. There are 7 votes in here and you want to see your name on these cards. For the last time, I'll read the votes. First vote, Gene. Second vote, Gene. It's 2 votes, Gene. Reagan. 1 vote, Reagan. Reagan. 2 votes, Reagan. 2 votes, Gene. Gene. 3 votes, Gene. 2 votes, Reagan. Reagan has 3 votes, Reagan. 3 votes, Gene. 1 vote left.
Got it.
The winner of Survive Wrath Reef is Gene. Congratulations.
Is it based on accolades? You got it, bro.
Hey.
I didn't want to write your name.
That was the last one.
Yeah?
Enjoy that $100,000.
I wrote your name for that.
Thank you.
I didn't get to meet you, man. I'm sorry.
Congrats. I was like, I have not done one of those do-bro grabs in a while. I was like, hold on, where am I going in this? I don't know where I'm at in space. Well, thank you. Congrats.
I seriously, your passion's off.
Thank you.
You have won a custom knife from Stout Sport. There you go. Put that in the sheath as soon as you show it on.
Awesome. No shit. He's gonna kill us all. That is nice.
And the last thing, Gene, here is your grand prize. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right.
Damn, this is sharp,
Good
too.
game, everyone. birthday to you. Oh, man. Everyone, this is Carol. She's the property owner out here, and she lets us do Survive Indiana on her property. So everyone say thank you, Carol. You're welcome. It's time for our cast photo.
I started yawning. Oh, dang, paparazzi. Calm down.
Okay. Everybody, move in.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell me?
Thanks for watching. We'll be back.
Survive Indiana is brought to you by Art Mart. Located at 409 North Martin Street in Muncie, Art Mart is the best place for all of your art supply needs. Visit artmartmuncie.com for more information. Survive Indiana is brought to you by University Avenue Dental, creating life-changing results with captivating precision. Feel healthier and smile more. Live a life you enjoy with a smile you want to show. Visit drgregpile.com for more information. Survive Indiana is brought to you by the Caffeinery. The Caffeinery pride themselves on bringing the best coffee experience to their customers and the local community. The Caffeinery is a family-owned, independent coffee company with the mindset that anything worth doing is worth doing right. Visit thecaffeinery.com for more information. Survive Indiana is brought to you by Muncie Outreach, Delaware County's only LGBTQ+ youth group. Muncie Outreach's mission is to provide an accepting environment to enhance the personal growth of LGBTQ+ youth in the Delaware County area. Visit muncieoutreach.org for more information.